So I just finished, and what you could call finished, World War Z, and I have some thoughts about it. At first, I liked it. Like it was a fun little like Left 4 Dead kind of third-person zombie shooter thing. But like the more I played it, the more like it unraveled the flaws. You can be automatically match-made into online co-op groups of like 4, at least, and it'll fill any empty spots with AI. And so it was like it was a lot better playing online with people when I could get people, but like it lacked. So there's like a lacking in depth for playing it only single player offline, which was, you know, an issue, and there's not enough people playing the game online for it to be successful as a multiplayer experience. I just couldn't find like enough full matches, at least at the difficulty I was playing. I really liked the horde mechanics of the game, where like zombies like rush things and there's like big groups, and it's just really cool, but it's just not used enough. Really, the only mission that I think uses it properly is the very first one, and then after that, it's a lot less like they happen, but they're less. They don't have the same like oomph as it does in the like first mission. Seeing them all in the first mission, or even like just the first like chapter of the story. I mentioned here in my notes that the first mission is the best mission, in my opinion. It just really like worked the most, and I wish that like it would have just been, the rest of the game would have been more of that, like what that first mission set forward a lot. There's a bunch of characters you can play as. There's 4 chapters, and each chapter has a set of 4 characters, and they all have like their own like interesting and varied backstories, but when you're playing the game, they don't bring anything specific to where they're just like costumes or skins that you are playing as, rather than like actual characters with any sort of depth. Because like the progression is, and it's kind of weird, the progression, there is a system of classes on top of like the characters themselves. And your classes have levels that upgrade, and then the weapons you find and use also have levels that go up and up. And then as you level up, you can unlock upgrades for the classes and the weapons via a currency called salvage, which you get from finishing missions. I don't think that there are enough missions in the story. There's, like I said, there's 4 chapters, and each chapter has 3 or 4 missions. I think 2 of them have 4 and 2 of them have 3, which isn't enough, like, of the campaign story mode stuff, in my opinion. Though, I think there is some coming in DLC soon to the game, which would technically rectify that problem, but you'd still have to pay extra for it, so not really. I played a little of the competitive multiplayer, and it feels like, almost feels like that's the focus of the game, despite it being like the second option in the menu, because like there's a lot more modes of the PvP multiplayer, and it just feels a bit more conceptually developed. Though the progression system is like its own separate progression system, and you don't have like levels that you can do for your guns or anything. Like your classes have guns and your classes level up, and that's it, which is odd because the gun leveling feels like a competitive multiplayer progression system anyway. So like it's weirdly designed in terms of progression. But a lot of the playlists in the competitive multiplayer are empty. There's only like one, I can't remember what it was called, but there's only one playlist that when I tried to play that there were people in. There was a second playlist, but there were only like 4 people in it, and it was like it's like 3v3 or 6v6 matches or something. So like it just wasn't enough players to play the thing. And overall, just the game is mediocre. Like, it's weird because like I like it on a level, but it's just like not good enough. Like there feels like there's so much more that this game could be doing, especially for what I believe is a full-priced game. I don't think it's like $40 or something, like $20 or $40. I believe it's a full $60 game, and I don't think is a full $60 worth of content there. Like, there's like I said, there's only so many story missions. You have the competitive multiplayer, and then there's like a daily challenge mission in a horde mode, and that's all there is. And it just feels like there needs to be like a substantial, significant story mode to this game for it to justify costing anything. I played it on Game Pass, so I don't know exactly how much it cost, but like it's just lacking in content. I know there's DLC coming. There's a season pass for the game, but it's mostly cosmetics that are on that that are in the DLC. Mostly cosmetics that you can buy using microtransaction currency or whatever, and some of them in the PvE story mode stuff affect gameplay in that like there are special versions of certain weapons that you could only get through buying like a specific DLC pack, and it changes the weapon skin, as well as changing stats in some cases or giving them special functionality, which is, I don't know, like this game just doesn't quite add up to being what it's trying to be, and also the sense that I don't know exactly what it's trying to be. It just doesn't quite come to be anything specific. Sorry, I just had to check my phone.
Stevie, we're back in the hub.
It just doesn't come out to be like something like it had a goal
We'll hit the door switch.
overall to like what it was trying to be, and it's a shame because like I feel like this sort of like tower defense stuff that it brings to the table for this like specific zombie survival genre is very interesting, and I think that where the game succeeds most is when it's using its horde mechanics and those like large groups of zombies that just rush, and it's using those, and you're defending against them and setting up defenses, and I think that's the best part of the game. And that's why I say the first mission is the best mission, because you start with that. It's like the first thing you do right in that mission is you come down this building and you do a tower defense thing in the lobby of this building, and you can see like all these hordes of zombies rushing by, and it's just it just makes you think that this is going to be something a lot better than what it ends up being, which is sad, because like it's just nice to have more good games in the world, and so like I don't wish this to be bad, and if they can fix it, if they can make it better over time, that would be cool. But I just don't think that it's like this is the game that's gonna do that. Like, it's not gonna pull a No Man's Sky and bring in all this new content that revitalizes the player base and stuff, because there's barely a player base, at least on the Xbox One, and there's barely content in the game. Its season pass isn't finished, and I believe it says that there's gonna be some like one more like set of story missions or something, but like that doesn't cut it. As I mentioned, that just doesn't cut it for the like less than 20, the 18 missions that are in the game, you know, and some of the missions just like the AI doesn't respond in a way that lets you finish them on your own. So like if the player base isn't there for you to actually play the game properly, then like it's not worth it. And for that reason, I can't recommend World War Z, despite like really liking it conceptually, and like some of the issues it has, like they aren't like game breakers for me overall. It's the lack of players and the necessity to play with other people to make the game fun that really just makes it so I cannot recommend this game. And so that's what that is. But that's a wrap up. I give you my opinion, tell you whether or not I recommend a game and all that. So yeah, you can see the rest of the wrap ups in a playlist in the end screen. It'll be there. If you check the description, there'll be links to all my things, including Twitter, Patreon, my Discord server, etc. Do the liking and the commenting if you would like, or the disliking if you didn't like. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more of my content, and it will hopefully be pushed into your sub box. And if that isn't a thing that happens for you, hit the notification bell to get notifications as to when I upload. I do have a little bit of a schedule here. If you want to see more wrap-ups, check back every other Thursday. If you want to see tryouts, there should be one every Wednesday. And if you want to see my sloppy covers series, there'll be one every Sunday at 1 p.m. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Here they come!